Hello! Welcome to our mini-series on backpacking for the inexperienced. With less than a month to prepare, we decided to plan a spontaneous 5-day backpacking trip through the Grand Canyon. Not only did we have pretty much no gear and no idea what we were doing, but we made things a little more complicated by going in winter. Our goal for this series is to bring you along as we, first-time backpackers, hike through one of the natural wonders of the world, carrying everything we need to survive in our packs. By sharing our mistakes and successes, we hope to pave a smoother path as you prepare to embark on a similar journey. These videos will include everything from gear suggestions and safe water to where to use the bathroom. So buckle up, fill your Nalgene, and subscribe, because this is going to be a wild ride. Good morning, it is day 2 on our Grand Canyon 5-day backpacking trip. We're in Arizona for 7 days, but it is now day 2. We're supposed to start our hike today. Let me update you on what's been going on. The night before we were supposed to leave, we went to bed really late. We got up at 3 a.m. to go to the airport. We've been traveling all day yesterday, and we ran into some problems. So to start off, when we were packing our suitcase, how we did it is Rich had his backpack, which I probably can't even lift it, but let me try to show you. Rich had his backpack as a checked bag. I had my backpack in a huge suitcase so that the loose items like water bottles, poles, anything that was hanging off of our backpack would have a spot secure in the suitcase. If we also wanted to bring anything home, we wanted to have a place to put it because our packs are filled to the brim. The first problem was the weight. So once my pack was in the suitcase, it weighed over 50 pounds. So the heaviest things were the tent poles and the hiking poles. So we took all the poles and we got a carry-on and we put the poles inside a carry-on. That brings us to our second problem. Right before we were about to fall asleep, we woke up and we realized that poles and crampons, which crampons are like shoe spikes for walking on ice, since we are hiking in the winter. So crampons and the poles cannot be in a carry-on. Okay, so Rich just got back from talking to the front desk about what we're gonna do, and this is what they said.
So it's 7:40 right now. We were hoping to be on the trail by sunup, which was 7:35. But when we checked our phones this morning, the National Park Service, the Grand Canyon website has an update saying that the main road, Desert View Road, that brings us to our trailhead, is closed because of ice and winter conditions. So I tried calling this morning, no one picked up. I just spoke to the receptionist here at the hotel. It sounds like this is fairly common during the winter. If it gets slick, they don't want people crashing into the ravine, obviously. He also said to try calling at 8, because that's when most of the staff come in. So we're gonna hang out until 8 and give them a call. I'm nervous because I wanna hike during the daylight. If they're not gonna open the road until this afternoon when it thaws, then we're gonna have to definitely postpone it a day.
Because the way that our hike is set up is the first day we're at the rim, and we have to make it all the way down.
Tanner Rapids.
Yeah. So we have to make it all the way down past the steep part.
Yeah, we're gonna
today.
Be basically at the Colorado River by tonight was the plan.
So this is one of our longest days, so if we don't have full hours of sunlight, we're not gonna make it.
Right. We'll keep you updated.
So what you just saw is what we've been dealing with this morning. But back to what I was saying before. So what we ended up doing was we put the crampons and all of the poles in the suitcase with my backpack. And then since the weight was a problem, we had to take my food bag, which weighed 7 or 8 pounds, and put it in the carry-on. So that was our solution for that problem. Then when we got off the plane, we went to go get the rental car. So with all of those bags, since we had to put the food in a carry-on, we had 6 bags plus my backpack in the suitcase. So when we got to the rental car place, we were supposed to get a Ford Fiesta, which has a trunk and the back seat. And they wanted to give us a smart car for what we paid. That wasn't gonna work. The smart car didn't even have a back seat. So it was physically impossible to use that car. That's false advertisement. So after fighting with them for a little bit, we got a punch buggy, which is actually pretty cool. Everything happens for a reason because it's a convertible. and we both never driven a convertible, so that was fun. So that ended up working out, but now we're dealing with this. So we don't even know if we're gonna be able to hike today. We're hoping that it all works out, but we'll let you know. Our punch buggy is a little frosted this morning.
But look how beautiful these snowflakes are.
Let me see. Oh wow, that's cool. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Hello. Okay, so last time we checked in, we were in a bit of a pickle.
So the road was closed. We decided to head to the park anyway and check in at the backcountry office to see if they had any insight as to whether or not the roads would be opened or thawed early in the day.
They basically said that they'll probably reopen, but there's no guarantee, so change your trail.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And we were on the Escalante trail. And even when she looked at it, she was like, oh, this is a doozy of a
loop.
So we changed it to the Bright Angel.
Yeah, so we're going down, we're starting at the Bright Angel, and we're coming out Hermit's Rest. We have it, so it's 3 nights, 4 days, so
we're not starting today. We're gonna take some time at the Rim. We're gonna film a YouTube video about what's in our backpacks.
Yeah, we just reserved at the Bright Angel Hotel, which I don't know which room we're in. We might have a sweet view.
Yeah, we'll check it out when we get there. But that one's right in the park. The other hotel was like
5 or 6 miles outside the park.
So yeah, but we just went into this gift shop because I'm a sucker for a good gift shop. And we got stickers. Yours.
And I'm a sucker for oval stickers
the boring
oval stickers from all the national parks.
Gotta sticker it up with these bad boys. And we got these to send to our parents.
And that's about it. So we're gonna check out the Rim because we haven't even really laid eyes on the Grand Canyon yet.
Yeah.
So it's about time we took in some sights.
Yep.
We're not gonna hike today, even though we're in our hiking outfits. At least we know we'll be warm. It's way more wintry than I expected. See you guys later.
Peace.
I'm so excited for this.
You look thrilled.
Oh, hello. Don't mind.
Genevieve the punch buggy.
The dark blue punch buggy.
Name Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Do you see this?
I see this.
Are you?
We're gonna be down there. Right? Let's go over here. We're trying to take pictures of this raven because he literally is so cute. Hi, bud. Hi. Hi there. How you doing today?
The intersection of my deepest needs. You were there, I knew, now you know me. But when we met, I swear I came alive. My heart turned to jelly and I'm googly-eyed. Same old story with a zesty twist.
So we're on our way right now to do some astrophotography at one of the spots that we were at earlier, but we put down the top of the convertible so that we can admire the stars even though it's 19 degrees out.
So looking up, I'm seeing probably the best view of the Milky Way that I've ever seen. Right down the middle, basically from in front of our car to behind our car, basically the azimuth of what we're seeing is a wisp of what looks like cloud, and that is our galaxy, the Milky Way. Unfortunately, we can't see the galactic center from the northern hemisphere, but pretty sweet nonetheless.
Good morning. So we're just packing up because today is the official day 1 of our Grand Canyon backpacking hike. So we just packed up our backpacks. We're gonna go get something to eat, our last meal before we get on the trail. So last night we stayed at Bright Angel Lodge, which is in Grand Canyon National Park. This is different from the other hotel that we're at. This one is actually like a little cabin. We tried our first MREs last night for dinner with our extra long spoons. They were pretty good.
Reduce the amount of water you put in your MREs by 10%.
Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta double up my socks. I decorated my Nalgene. Woo! I'm an official Nalgene owner.
And adventurer.
I'm an adventurer. All right, we're gonna go get breakfast, but we'll see you on the trail. We made this place a mess, but this is the little cabin room.
Yeah,
That we
don't
got-
mind the towels.
Yeah, that we got to stay in for the night. Super cute. Show them the door. Open the door. It's green.
So green.
My room. See you later. Good morning, world. We're at breakfast. It's really good. I got an egg sandwich. Rich has an omelet.
Cowboy omelet, vegetarian, but I'm ruining it with a side of ham.
Yeah, I gave him my ham. And I'm excited to try this jam, but what's even better is we're literally sitting right next to the Grand Canyon. There she is. That's crazy.
And we're gonna be down there today.
We are.
Hey guys, so heading down the Bright Angel Trail. Icy, so we're wearing our crampons on our feet. Say hello.
Hello.
The beginning of this trail are switchbacks. In case you guys have never seen switchbacks, the trail goes parallel to the slope, so you're not descending a very steep gradient, but if you look over, then you can see the trail down there coming back. So they're called switchbacks because you go one direction and then it zigs back to the other way. So the distance that you're hiking is significantly greater than just the vertical distance of the slope. So we're gonna get back to it because it's a little bit dizzying being so close to the edge. It's a little windy in case you can't hear, but doing well so far, and I'll touch him later. So there's a deer on the trail. Looks like he wants to get up.
Oh,
But we've got hikers that are making him nervous.
no. Do you think he's smart?
I mean, I don't know how he got down here. Unless he took the trail at night. Pretty sure-footed.
Poor little bugger.
Alright. We're gonna try not to disturb him too much.
So we made it down the switchbacks up there, and now we're about,
A couple miles from Indian Garden.
it's 12:50, and I have about 14,000 steps so far. We're gonna go to Indian Garden, we're gonna fill up some water, and start making our way to our campsite.
Our campsite is dry, which means that there's nowhere to fill up water. So we have to top off all our water at Indian Garden, and then it's only 2 to 2.5 miles from Indian Garden to our campsite.
Right now we're gonna have some Cliff Bars because it's about lunchtime, and we're enjoying this beautiful view.
Yes, indeed.
Hiking for the diabetics. It's possible, but always make sure you have your favorite candy bar on hand.
So, as a diabetic, I haven't really done a lot of rigorous hiking. This is kind of an experiment. In case you have type 1 diabetes, consider the fact that you might you know, when you're expending this much energy and you take a dose of insulin, you might be a little more sensitive to it.
Yep. Okay, so it wasn't even that long of a hike down to Indian Garden, and look at all of these cacti. I'm pretty sure they're prickly pear, but I could be wrong. We're gonna fill up our water here, and we're gonna keep going. Did you find out where the water is?
Yeah, we should pass a couple opportunities along this trail.
Okay.
And if not, we'll ask somebody.
All right, cool. Ready?
Ready? All right, good enough.
You have really cute ears, mister.
Bye-bye, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy that grass. Hey guys, we just got on the Tonto West Trail, heading to Horn Creek, which is where we're gonna stay. We have about 1.7 miles left. How are you feeling?
My shoulders hurt a little bit and my ankles, and I'm a little hot, so I'm gonna shed a layer.
Yeah, Nikki keeps rolling her ankles. Her boots are not ideal.
They're morel boots. They're really nice, but I need a higher ankle thing.
Just before 2:30 in the afternoon. Sunset's about, I don't know, 5:15-ish. So we should have plenty of time to reach our campsite tonight. Getting beat up. Well, I'm getting beat up. I don't know about Nikki, except for her ankle. Catch you guys later.
Bye. Yay, we made it.
This is where we're gonna put our tent. First night in the Grand Canyon.
I'm ready for some lasagna.
Me too. Let's boil some water. So I'll start us off with a morning vlog. Nikki and I just left camp. We got on the road a little bit before 9. It took us a little longer than expected to take down camp. We got, I don't know, 0.2 of a mile down the road, the trail, and there's a stinking ram or mountain goat or whatever the heck that is right on the trail. It's adorable, it's eating and pooping, but I'm also afraid to approach it because it could be dangerous.
He's got some big horns.
Got some big horns.
Wait, wasn't that where we were camping, like Horn Valley or something?
Horn Creek.
Horn Creek.
Do you think it's because of these guys?
Maybe.
All right, guys, so we stopped for lunch in Salt Canyon. There's some beautiful scenery here. Ate some trail mix, ate some bars, and we're filtering some water.
Yep, it's really easy. So we just filled up this bag over there. Then you just twist on this cap and squeeze it into your bottle.
Yeah, we decided on the Sawyer system, which is like a squeeze system through, it's almost like one of those straw filters, like a life straw, except it's designed to twist onto a bottle. We decided it because of portability, right? It's really small, and those bags, they roll up to basically nothing when not in use. No matter what method you choose, whether it's this or a pump or gravity, it's going to take a while. Filtration, especially bulk filtration, takes a while. But this is not terribly difficult. It does suck that we have to get our hands submerged in this literally frozen creek over here, but blood will return.
So while Rich is filling up our last bottle, I figured I'd give you a little update on our night last night. When we were done hiking, we're both pretty pooped. My ankles were killing me, and it was freezing. So we didn't really vlog much last night. During the night, most of my body was warm, but my feet were freezing. Richard, are you drinking straight out?
I don't want to waste it.
Rich's knees and his feet were freezing. And I'm not even kidding, I woke up every single hour. And once it got to like 4 a.m., I woke up every 10 minutes. Just like waiting until 7 a.m. till we can wake up and start our day again. So it was kind of a rough night. I'm hoping that tonight's a little better. But that was my first time in probably 10 years sleeping in a tent. I'm excited for it to get a little easier, since hiking today was a little easier than yesterday too.
Real quick, before we're heading back on the trail, we were looking around trying to figure out where the trail is, and I'm pretty sure that these cairns, these stacked rocks here, I'm pretty sure they're guiding us in the proper direction. Okay.
I might sit on my butt.
Okay. Put your feet down there, to the left.
I go to the right.
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Be careful on that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nice and slow. Sure footing.
Only a couple more steps back.
Only a couple more.
You coming?
Yep.
Look at this one.
It's gorgeous. Quick update. I think we got a little bit farther left to our camp. We went through Monument, and it's gorgeous. Excuse my language. I'll bleep that.
Yeah, please.
Bleep that.
But that was one of my favorite parts of this whole trip.
We'll vlog through on the way out. But we're headed to Granite Rapids, which is a campsite on the Colorado, so we're going to be on sand.
We had the choice of staying at Monument for the night, but we were like, we have a couple hours of sunlight left. Let's try to make it to the Colorado River.
Yep. We saw our first people.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere and we were like,
They actually spooked us.
Humans are here.
Yeah, besides seeing that pair of other backpackers who they ended up staying at Monument.
Yeah.
Again, we were considering it, but we really want to be on the Colorado.
Yeah, and we have to go back that way anyway tomorrow, so we'll see it again.
Yep. Yes, we saw humans. Aside from holes in the trail where other people put their hiking poles, that was like, you would never have thought that other people do these trails. Again, I don't know what it's like in peak. During off season, it's pretty desolate out here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to our last campsite.
So we know that we're close to the Colorado River because we can hear it. We're thinking it's probably only 100 or so more feet till we get there.
Yeah, it looks like it's opening up a little bit, and the vegetation is very lush. So we're gonna go and hopefully find a spot to set up our tent. And this is what we're setting our tent on.
After a long day of hiking, we were super excited not only to be at the Colorado River, but also to finally get a good night's sleep on sand. We tried to make it to our campsites every night before 4:30, which was when it started to get dark. We arrived to Granite Rapids a little bit later this night, so we quickly got our tent set up, our sleeping bags rolled out, and started dinner. Before our trip, I really thought that these sleeping mats were going to be unnecessary. They definitely took up a lot of room in our packs and took a little more work to blow up every night. But they were for sure necessary for not only comfort but also insulation, since every night besides this one we were sleeping on cold, hard desert ground. We kept anything that we didn't want animals to get to or to get wet if it happened to rain inside the tent, so really the only things that were left outside were our shoes and hiking poles. After we were all set up, we decided to make dinner, and in the next couple weeks you'll be able to see a full gear video. But right now we're just heating some water with a jet boil and fuel, which we then pour into our dehydrated food, and tonight we happen to have pasta. After enjoying our warm meal, we then ended the night by going to sleep under the stars, and that completes our first video in our mini-series, Backpacking for the Inexperienced. Thanks for watching! Coming up next on Backpacking for the Inexperienced.
Nice. Nice.
We're almost to the top, we think. We're dying.
We just scaled all of that. We had enough water, we thought, just over 2 miles from the trailhead where we can get a taxi and get out of here.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I see a car! Yesterday, we finished hiking the Grand Canyon.
4 days, 3 nights, a lot of blood.
I really was accepting that I was just gonna live in the canyon, and I wasn't making it out. Guys, you made a mistake. Uphill.
On the way back.
I don't want to hike anything for like a hot year. This is crazy.
Bye, Genevieve.
Right. We successfully found a pair of something, but it's pink.
We had a pretty good trip.
What?
We had a pretty good trip.
Oh.